everyone. Thank you for checking out another one of our videos from Eminence United Pentecostal Church in Defense of Truth Ministries. And today I am excited to be able to speak with you, our audience, about evangelism in the 21st century. I believe that evangelism is fundamentally going to be different in this century for a couple of reasons. The first reason is because of the millennial generation. Today, the millennial generation is the largest living generation in the United States. Moreover, they are the most educated generation that's ever existed, and they value education. And when you take the millennial generation that values education, and then you take the proliferation of the internet over here, and you put those together, you get a combination of, this combination brings together questions. The internet has been said, I wish I would have coined this myself, but I didn't. Someone has said about the internet, they said the internet is the friend of information, but it's the enemy of reason. So what happens is you've got the millennial generation with access to the internet, and there's all kinds of questions coming out. There are questions about worldviews. You know, several hundred years ago, it was almost impossible for someone not to believe in God because they needed a God to make sense of the world. However, today, all these worldviews are being put forward, not just as plausible, but many of them equally probable, if not more probable than Christianity, or at least being made to seem as such. So enters in apologetics. What is apologetics? Apologetics comes from the Greek word apologia, which essentially means a well-reasoned defense. It's a legal term that represented the defense in a trial. It uses systematic reasoning and argumentation to help build a case. Why is apologetics important? Because many people out there have real questions. They really do. Not every skeptic is just trying to be argumentative. Many of them have real questions, and these questions need to be addressed. They need to be dignified. And we believe that many of these questions, if not all of them, actually have reasonable responses that do not contradict the truth claims of Christianity. Why else should we look at apologetics? One, because we're actually commanded to in the Bible. By Peter, in 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 15, he says you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared, what? To be able to give an answer to anyone who asks of you of the hope that you have. You need to be prepared for that. That means that you need to prepare, you need to study, you need to, maybe learn a few things. So apologetics is actually commanded in the Bible. Thirdly, Jesus said the greatest commandment was to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, thy soul, and thy mind, and thy strength. We, as Christians in the 21st century, we need to be a whole individual reaching for the whole individual. We cannot bypass the mind to try to reach for the heart every time and reach for emotions, even though that's a good thing, and we do that. I think C.S. Lewis said it best when he said that the heart cannot rejoice in what the mind dismisses as false. So remember, apologetics is going to be necessary in this 21st century. Individual evangelism, personal evangelism, I believe will be fundamentally different. And as the church, in an increasingly educated world, we cannot be ignorant. Thank you for coming out and watching us today. This is another video on In Defense of Truth. If you have enjoyed our videos, please like them, share them, subscribe to our Facebook channel. But until next time, God bless.